Imagine a place where Lamborghinis navigate around sacred cows and businessmen in tailored suits sidestep human waste on their way to work. This isn't a scene from a dystopian movie, it's just another day on India's chaotic streets. Welcome to a country of extremes where million-dollar mansions stand beside open sewers and luxury cars share the road with rickshaws and wandering animals. In the next few minutes, we're going to explore why India's roads are a perfect metaphor for the country's rapid yet uneven development. Welcome to India's roads, where the unexpected becomes the norm. Picture this: a sleek BMW cruises alongside a rusty old bicycle, while a herd of cows ambles across the street unfazed by the honking horns around them. This isn't a scene from a quirky movie, it's just another day on India's bustling streets. On a typical Indian road, you'll find an astonishing variety of vehicles. Colorful auto rickshaws weave between shiny sedans, while scooters laden with entire families squeeze through impossibly narrow gaps. Hulking trucks adorned with vibrant painting share lanes with nimble motorcycles. And don't be surprised if you spot an elephant lumbering along, seemingly oblivious to the chaos around it. Navigating this diverse traffic is no small feat. Traffic signals often seem more like suggestions than rules, and lane markers are frequently ignored. Vehicles merge and diverge in a constant flow, creating a mesmerizing yet nerve-wracking dance. Horns blare constantly, not out of anger, but as a form of communication, a way to say, "I'm here," or "I'm coming through." How do locals manage in this apparent mayhem? They've developed an impressive set of skills. Indian drivers possess an almost supernatural spatial awareness, expertly judging gaps that seem impossibly small to the untrained eye. They've mastered the art of nonverbal communication, using a complex system of hand gestures, light flashes, and horn toots to negotiate right of way. But there's more to this traffic than meets the eye. It's a reflection of India's rapid yet uneven development. The luxury cars represent the country's booming economy and growing middle class, while the humble bicycles and overloaded scooters tell a different story, one of those still struggling to make ends meet. This stark contrast is visible everywhere you look in India. As we transition to our next topic, imagine stepping out of that luxury car onto a street where open sewers run alongside gleaming office buildings. Welcome to a land of extremes, where the journey from poverty to prosperity is still very much a work in progress. Imagine a street where a gleaming Porsche speeds past an open sewer, its driver barely noticing the stark contrast. This scene isn't from a movie, it's a daily reality in many parts of India. Did you know that in this rapidly developing nation, about 35% of the population lives on less than $2 a day, while luxury car sales continue to boom? Welcome to a land of extremes, where two vastly different worlds exist side by side. India's rapid urbanization has led to a fascinating yet troubling phenomenon. As cities expand at breakneck speed, development hasn't kept pace with the influx of people. The result? A landscape where towering skyscrapers cast shadows over sprawling slums, and high-end shopping malls stand just blocks away from neighborhoods lacking basic sanitation. Picture yourself walking down a street in Mumbai or Delhi. On one side, you might see a sleek office building housing multinational corporations, but turn your head and you'll spot families living in makeshift shelters, struggling to access clean water and proper toilets. This juxtaposition is a vivid reminder of India's uneven progress. The wealth gap in India isn't just visible, it's one of the highest in the world. While a small percentage of the population enjoys lifestyles comparable to those in developed nations, a significant portion still grapples with poverty. This disparity shapes every aspect of daily life for millions of Indians. For those on the lower end of the economic spectrum, each day is a struggle. They navigate pothole-ridden streets, breathe polluted air, and often lack access to basic health care. Meanwhile, their wealthier counterparts live in gated communities, shop in air-conditioned malls, and receive world-class medical treatment. But it's not just about material comforts. This inequality affects social mobility, education opportunities, and even life expectancy. Children from poor families often can't afford quality education, perpetuating the cycle of poverty. At the same time, the wealthy can send their kids to top schools, widening the gap further with each generation. Despite these challenges, India is a country of resilience and innovation. In the face of adversity, many communities have developed unique solutions to their problems, from grassroots movements governments fighting for better sanitation to tech startups addressing urban issues, Indians are working hard to bridge the divide. As we delve deeper into India's complexities, let's turn our attention to one of the most pressing issues facing the nation: sanitation. In a country where luxury cars share roads with open sewers, how are millions of Indians tackling this basic yet crucial aspect of daily life? Picture this: in a country racing towards modernization, over 620 million people still lack access to proper toilets. That's more than twice the entire population of the United States, forced to improvise their daily necessities. Welcome to India's sanitation struggle, a challenge as vast as the nation itself. The scale of India's sanitation problem is staggering. In bustling cities and remote villages alike, millions of people face the daily challenge of finding a safe, clean place to relieve themselves. It's not just about comfort, it's a matter of health, safety, and dignity. But why, in a country known for its technological prowess and economic growth, does such a basic need remain out of reach for so many? The answer lies in a complex web of cultural attitudes and infrastructural challenges. In many rural areas, open defecation is still seen as a normal part of daily life. Some even view it as cleaner than using indoor toilets. This deeply ingrained belief makes it challenging to change behaviors, even when new facilities are available. But the Indian government isn't sitting idle. In 2014, they launched an ambitious program called the Swachh Bharat Mission. Its goal? To build 100 million toilets across the country in just 60 months. It's a massive undertaking, with over $30 billion invested so far. The mission isn't just about constructing toilets, it's also about changing mindsets. Through widespread campaigns, they're working to make cleanliness and proper sanitation a part of Indian culture. The health implications of poor sanitation are severe. Without proper toilets, diseases spread more easily, putting entire communities at risk. Women and girls face additional challenges, often waiting until dark to relieve themselves in the open, risking their safety in the process. Despite the government's claims of success, experts argue that the reality on the ground is more complex. Many newly built toilets go unused, either due to poor maintenance or persistent cultural preferences. In urban slums, the situation can be dire. Imagine living in Mumbai's Subhashnagar settlement, where over 9,000 people share just 2 clusters of public toilets. Many women there avoid drinking water to limit their need to use these facilities, risking health issues like stomach pains and constipation. In a country where discussing toilets is often taboo, 3 women are sparking a sanitation revolution using folk songs, stubborn determination, and youthful idealism. How are their unconventional methods transforming entire communities and redefining women's roles in rural India? Meet Hemanti Devi, a 45-year-old woman from Bihar who discovered her voice as a sanitation advocate after joining a self-help group called Jivika. Imagine walking through her village, hearing the melodious sound of folk songs floating on the breeze. But listen closely, these aren't traditional love ballads. Hemanti uses these catchy tunes to spread awareness about proper sanitation practices, turning age-old musical traditions into powerful tools for change. In Telangana, 60-year-old Sarama faces a different battle. Here, deeply ingrained cultural beliefs view toilets as unholy, making her mission to promote sanitation an uphill struggle. Picture Sarama going door to door, patiently explaining the importance of toilets for hygiene and safety. Her persistence in the face of initial resistance is slowly changing minds and transforming her community's approach to sanitation. Now let's travel to Karnataka, where 13-year-old Mahankali is proving that age is no barrier to creating change. This determined teenager took a bold stand for sanitation by refusing to eat or drink until her parents agreed to build a toilet at home. Mahankali's action sparked a wave of support in her community, leading to the construction of not just one, but many new toilets. These women's efforts are addressing a critical issue that disproportionately affects females in India. Did you know that women and girls often face harassment and violence when seeking open spaces for defecation, especially at night? By championing better sanitation, these everyday heroes are not only improving hygiene, but also enhancing safety for millions of women across the country. The impact of their work goes beyond just building toilets. As these women become leaders and educators in their communities, they're reshaping social dynamics. Experts note that women's involvement in sanitation initiatives is enhancing their social status and empowerment. Through innovative methods like Hemanti's musical approach and Mahankali's youth advocacy, they're fostering a sense of community responsibility and encouraging collective action. And as we look to the future of India's ongoing transformation, these grassroots movements led by women are playing a crucial role. They're not just changing attitudes towards hygiene practices, they're challenging long-held beliefs and redefining women's roles in society. From Bihar to Karnataka, a quiet revolution is unfolding, one toilet at a time.